Hey everyone, welcome back to your favorite pirate crew. Today we're going to talk about Dragon's Bounty. If you'd like to see more about One Piece in our channel, please leave your thumbs up and subscribe to join our pirate crew. But pirates, before we continue with the video, I ask that you already subscribe to our channel. That way you can join our pirate crew and earn a devil fruit or master your favorite haki of your very own. It would also help our crew out a lot if you left your thumbs up in today's video so that we together can become Yonkos. Now, let's continue with today's video. Monkey D. Dragon is one of the most interesting characters in the world of One Piece, mainly because we don't know what his true goals are currently, but we only know what we currently know. But also his true power and origin is also a mystery. But is it precisely because we currently know so little that when we find out and put together with his actions during the story, we could say that he may have one of the greatest bounties ever recorded in the work? But could it really be possible? What has Dragon done throughout history to mark the world so much? That's what we're going to be talking about in today's video. A bounty is a bounty, usually monetary, promised for the accomplishment of a certain task. In many contexts, and particularly in the world of One Piece, it refers to the sum of money awarded for the capture and/or killing of pirates, bandits, and other criminals. Most bounties in the world are issued by the world government through the Marines, with the intention of raising public awareness of criminals and how dangerous they are, as well as encouraging others to help capture them. The specific amount of a given bounty is calculated by a special department within Marine headquarters, currently headed by Commodore Brand New, based on the perceived threat level of a given criminal. The lowest known bounties have been less than 100, the highest having been over 4 billion. The highest bounty in history belonged to Goldie Roger, 5,564,800,000 berries. Quite the hefty total. For criminal groups, for example, pirate crews, it's typical that only the leaders of the group and their most prominent subordinates have bounties. However, it's not unknown for bounties to be passed on to all members of a particular troublesome group. Of course, even for a small group, it's very rare that all members have a bounty. A bounty reflects both the threat and the power of an individual. Engaging in activities considered criminal by the world government or associating with groups that engage in them is enough to warrant significant bounties, even if the criminal is not powerful. In particular, direct opposition to the world government, no matter the reason, is treated as a serious offense, and the bounties are issued accordingly. Nico Robin, for example, has knowledge deemed illegal by the world government and received a bounty of 79 million when she was only 8 years old. Just being associated with a notable criminal figure can be enough to get a bounty, as happened at the end of the Dressrosa Arc, when several members of Monkey D. Luffy's crew and allies got fixed raises of 50 million berries, regardless of their role or presence during the incident. Even the pet of a criminal group can receive a bounty, though usually a small one. Occasionally, after a bounty is issued, the amount designated on the bounty may increase for various reasons. The threat of a person's observed combat skills is greater than previously believed, as stated by Aokiji. More experienced bounty hunters volunteering to capture the individual or group, such as the Exinio family, non-canonically trying to catch the entire Straw Hat crew. Other criminal acts beyond the initial one, usually of considerable magnitude, that go beyond the previously committed crimes that earned them their initial bounty. Inspiring criminal acts when provoked or inciting others is to act criminally, e.g. an example being Whitebeard destroying Navy ships following his fleet for reconnaissance and Dragon leading his organization to conquer nations affiliated with the world government. Monkey D. Dragon is the captain of the Revolutionary Army, this being a military organization that aims to overthrow even the world government. It was revealed in the Water 7 arc and is one of the strongest armies in the world, but there is no shortage of mystery surrounding Captain Monkey D. Dragon. With that in mind, what could his bounty be? Monkey D. Dragon is one of the most important characters in Ichiro Oda's One Piece story. Not only is he the father of the protagonist, Monkey D. Luffy, but he's also the leader of the Revolutionary Army, whose goal is to remove the celestial dragons from power. Dragon is also known for being the world's worst criminal, which implies that his bounty is among the highest in the series. While the exact numbers are unknown, there are several events he was involved in that probably increased his bounty. His influence began to grow after Roger's execution. Dragon is also known to have been present during the execution of the Pirate King, Goldie Roger, but at that time he was not an important character in history. Slowly, his ideals and influence began to spread, and more people began to support his cause. Eventually, Dragon and his revolutionary army managed to free many nations from the clutches of the world government, raising concerns about him in those particular seas. His growing influence certainly changed his bounty and shot it higher than before the execution of the Pirate King. At the time of current events, Dragon has established himself as the greatest threat facing the world government. He was created in Riviera 8 years ago. The Riviera is one of the biggest events in the One Piece world, where the political leaders of the nations affiliated with the world government meet and discuss various issues every 4 years. 8 years ago, Monkey D. Dragon was created during the Riviera, and while it was stated that he was not yet a major power, his influence was certainly growing. It was revealed that Dragon would become a major threat in the next 6 years and challenge even the world government. The incident certainly greatly increased his bounty. 2 years before the events of the current story, Dragon and his revolutionary army decided to free Centauria and fought a war for it. While the events were not shown to the fans, Dragon's victory was announced. As expected, this caused quite a stir and would definitely increase his bounty even more. With the fall of Centauria, it was revealed that Dragon had liberated many nations at the time. Dragon was involved in the Goa Kingdom Incident, introduced in Luffy's flashback. The Kingdom of Goa is located on Dawn Island and inhabited by nobles. To raise their own social status, they once decided to burn down Great Terminal, a junkyard where unwanted people live. While they managed to do this, thanks to Monkey D. Dragon, many lives were saved. The survivors jumped on his ship to fight for freedom. Eventually, even Sabo was rescued by Dragon, and he was even raised to become his right-hand man. The townspeople probably didn't realize what happened at the Great Terminal, but intelligence agencies like Cypher Pol certainly could have found out about Dragon's involvement, possibly affecting his bounty. He's considered the worst criminal in the entire world. Dragon's influence over the world increased dramatically during the Age of Great Pirates, and now he's known for fighting for supremacy over the seas. Although his goals are very different from those of the Celestial Dragons and the Yonko, however, Dragon has become an even bigger criminal than the Yonko, which just goes to show the level of threat that he possesses to the world government. The moment Dragon acquired this title is certainly when his bounty skyrocketed once again. Monkey D. Dragon and his group clashed with Blackbeards Pirates after the events of the Dressrosa Arc. Jesus Bertiges found himself in Baltigo, the Revolutionary Army's secret base that no one had ever found. Tracking him down, Blackbeard's pirates appeared on the island, forcing a small confrontation with Dragon's group, evacuated and headed for Memoria Island. In this, and the subsequent confrontation between the Blackbeard Pirates and the Cypher Pol, their base was completely destroyed. However, fighting the likes of the Yonko certainly affected Dragon's bounty for his son Monkey D. Luffy. After the whole Cake Island arc, he declared war on the Celestial Dragons during the Riviera Arc. Perhaps the biggest step Dragon has taken in history so far is his declaration of war on the Celestial Dragons. During this year's Riviera, the Revolutionary Army managed to infiltrate the conference and declared war on the world nobles. A massive confrontation is known to have broken out in Marihoya, which involved 4 Revolutionary Army commanders, including Sabo, and 2 admirals, Fujitora and Ryokugyu. Although Dragon himself was never involved in the attack, his intention to start a war certainly increased his bounty and made him a greater threat than one could imagine. And so, how much could we give for his head? Since we still don't have a real individual strength and threat, we could perhaps place him fairly close to the top 5. But could we bet higher? Perhaps with his bounty exceeding only 3 billion, matching the bounty that Roger formerly possessed. Actually, it wouldn't be so strange for this to happen, since Buggy, even though he's not that powerful, just by having his name as the leader of the Cross Guild. His bounty shot up to 3 billion, and when you think of a leader as influential as Dragon, he could possibly make the top 5, let alone have the highest bounty of all at the present time. But what about you? What do you think Dragon's reward could be? Leave your opinion in the comments. We take much delight in seeing them. Well, that's it, my Straw Hat Pirates. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any suggestions for a future video, don't forget to comment below, because I'll be reading them all as I always do. Also, don't forget to leave your like if you enjoyed the video, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell so you don't miss out on any content from your pirate crew.